everybody? I'm great. I just got in from work. I treated myself to some scallops. They are coming served over a bed of local lettuces, sliced green apple for a little tartness, and finished with a nice silky butternut squash puree. We're going to change our scallop set coming up soon, so I wanted to have the scallops before they changed. They're going to be something to do with strawberry rhubarb next, so it's probably going to be pretty good. But otherwise, it's been a great weekend at work. Very lucrative, very adventurous, pretty I was going to say pretty painless, but I had to stop myself. I don't know if you guys saw last night's episode, but I got, at the end of the night, I was carrying a fried apple pie, which comes with this metal, ramekin thing of hot miso caramel that you drizzle over the apple pie when you drop it at the table. So I'm carrying one towards the patio, and someone at the bar does this, and they knock the hot caramel all over me. It was all the way down my body. I was drenched in scalding caramel. It burned in some places, and it was so sticky and gross for the rest of the night. So yeah, not exactly a painless weekend, but overall pretty good. We are here tonight to talk about our weekly energy forecast coming up, and we're going to see what kind of energies lie ahead for the week and what kind of influence we're going to be under. Ooh, divinity. I love this. To me, this symbolism this is divinely appointed. This is divinely appointed order. The divine plan is playing out. There is divine guide. You're being divinely guided. So be very careful to be led by the voice of the Holy Spirit within you this week, that deep, quiet, peaceful voice within, and follow it. Sometimes it doesn't make sense, and sometimes in a moment you're told not to do something, and then it's in another moment it's you're being told to do it, and it's there's timing at play, and there's the perfect moment for things. So just be in tune with that this week, because you will be guided, you will be directed, but whatever is happening this week, don't beat yourself up about it, because whatever it is, it's divinely appointed. The scenarios playing out this week are part of the simulation for your soul's unfoldment, for your awakening, and for the expansion of your consciousness. Okay, so pretty exciting. What is in store? Who knows? Okay, let's find out more. Ooh, something that's going to be affecting our heart. When this card comes up, it's all about heart healing and heart opening. This is Anahata, the heart chakra. So working with green might be a good idea this week. And how you can do that is you can carry green stones, you can wear green clothing, you can surround yourself with green candles, green pillows, whatever it is. You can just put green in your line of vision, and it works on your subconscious. There's a really great book called Your Life in Color by Dougal Fraser, and he is a color psychic. He sees colors around things and people, and the colors give him a specific message. And so his book is about that, but it's about working with color to it's by working with color, it triggers these emotional processes, and then it actually affects the way that things are playing out around you. I've never seen anything so crazy easy to do before. When I read this book, I was that's insane. But by working with green, you will be activating and opening and nurturing your heart chakra for unconditional love, for creativity, for fertility, and just to open you up as a vessel for love and abundance and support and connection to come in. All right. What are these? Oh, rebirth and hope. Okay, amazing. I'm going to pull a fifth card too, because sometimes when a chakra card comes up, I like to pull an extra story card, but I love this. So whatever is happening this week is still tied into this rebirth season that we've been going through. I don't know how you guys felt around Easter, but for me, it felt like leading up to Easter was like a season of death. And it was like the death of the death of the death of the death. Like in so many of our older videos, we kept talking about that. Like 2022 was the year of like the culminations and completions and getting things out of our life that no longer serve us. And so those first couple of months, basically the first quarter of this year, was the last remaining months of the cycle of 2022. It was like the death of the death of the death. So I for sure was feeling layers and stages of deaths going on. And so now it's like we're in the season of rebirth. And now we're in levels and stages of rebirth going on too. And for me, that kind of started like right after Easter. I just felt like I had this weird inner sense of peace and like calm and like certainty and just like not anxiety. Like I'll still get kind of like worked up if I'm weeded at work or whatever, but overall, like there's no greater sense of doom or anything. Like I've always lived life with this sort of like, oh gosh, this ominous like feeling, you know, lingering in the distance, and it just doesn't, I don't feel that way anymore. It's amazing. So be hopeful that whatever tumultuousness that you are seeing right now, there could be a little bit of turbulence, right? Because we're in the middle of eclipses. We had our our solar eclipse during the Aries new moon. Right now we are in Mercury retrograde. So like shit is literally hitting the fan, like as we speak. Like we are in the middle of the shit storm. Hopefully you've been able to like keep your head low and not take any hits. But if things are not as you would like for them to be right now, don't worry, because appearances could be deceiving. So be very hopeful. This hasn't all settled out yet. The rebirth cycle is still happening. So everything is still in flux. Pieces and things are still up in the air. Nothing is really sure or settled yet. All right, let's do one last card to finish us out. Okay, that didn't really come out. Hey, that's too many, but let's just see what they say as a cluster. Okay, reflect, love, and dreams. I'm glad I took these together. So get really clear about, reflect on what it is that you love. What makes you feel love? Think and dream and remember feelings and times of being in love. Focus on that and really ruminate in it. Fill your head with these flowery dreams of positive, beautiful outcomes. Do not pay attention to the seeming circumstances of the moment, because everything is changing. So the way that you exercise the most power is by you yourself being unchanging. You want to set your dial and your radio station, turn your TV channel so that your mind is full of all of these beautiful blooms and blossoms and flowers. This is your consciousness. This is your heart coming into bloom, opening, right? Opening like a flower does. And so this is divinely guided and an appointed moment in time of your spiritual rebirth. So just trust that even in the face and in the midst of uncertainty, difficulty, and probable chaos in this moment, beautiful transformation is happening. really deep, lasting transformation is happening. So just let go. Let go in this moment. Let the transformation do its thing. Let it take its place. In the meantime, you spend your time focused and reflecting on thoughts, visions, feelings, imaginings, things that make your heart feel full of love. Really put yourself in that state, because that's what you're wanting to call in, right? All good things are from the essence of love, whether it be, friendship or romance or a great meal or beauty that you create in the world, art, it's sharing, telling people hard truths many times is coming from love. But yeah, focus on the love. Don't leave room for anything else to come in. The ego is on a heyday right now, and it's trying to trick us every which way it can. It's trying to use guilt, fear, lack, doubt, shame, grandiosity, a sense of duty and honor. Like, it can come disguised as that. Many times the ego comes disguised as like these very honorable, upstanding, characters on the up and ups, right? Oh, my motives are good. But the ego uses whatever it can to get you off track from your divinely appointed purpose, because you are in a state of unfolding, and your potential is unfolding, and your radiance is shining forth, and it's changing the world. It's changing your world. It's changing the world around you, and it has an effect that changes the greater world, and it expands and it spreads. So the ego does not want that. The ego wants to keep you small. The ego doesn't want you out there, causing a ruckus or changing things or making waves. It wants to stay safe. It wants to stay small. And it's used many times by the adversary that doesn't just want to stay safe and small, but the adversary wants to throw you off course completely from your purpose, right? So the adversary, the opponent, the Satan, gets into your ego and uses that. Right? It's like the hand puppet for the Satan. It's like perfect fit, right? It's like a glove. So yeah, your ego can tell you oh, it's up to you to do this right thing, and nobody can, only you can fix this, or it's up to you to take care of this person or that person, or whatever the ego is telling you. The ego might be telling you, no, if I wasn't the first pick for this job, then I don't want it. Fuck them. Blah, blah, blah. If they don't see my worth, don't let the ego get in there and send you on a tear, right? Even though it might feel justified, even though you might feel self-righteous and it might feel really good, don't let it, because it's going to short circuit you. So right now is about setting your vibration to this. To beautiful dreams and thoughts and feelings and vibes. And you want to set that so that it is solid, consistent, sustaining. And by you doing that, it makes you the most powerful, influential force on an energetic level in your area around you, right? And so then that helps you align with your path, with your purpose. And it helps you send out a signal that calls in things that are resonant with you. The more consistent you are in your unwaveringness, in your vibration, in your mindset, in your energy, in your consciousness, the more stable and sustaining you are, the stronger and more sustained that signal is. That is sending out that signal in order to attract what resonates, what supports, what complements, what expands, right? The unconditional love of Creator is manifest in the absolute tendency of beingness. It's the creation, life force that's good, that's love, that's the light. It's darkness, death, destruction that comes from the other side, right? And so Yeah, I would say be very quick to get yourself and remove yourself from any toxicity or any toxic situations. You want seed levels of hope being planted going forward. And really, you can have your prayers answered. Your destiny is unfolding. What is yours will not be taken away from you. You will have what is meant to be yours. So just relax. Relax in the certainty. Be steadfast in that and surrender. And that demonstrates so much faith and so much certainty in the Creator and in life, and that trust. It's so magnetic. It's gonna have everything coming at you at once like a magnet, and then you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do with all of this goodness, with all of this blessing. But just act in faith this week, knowing that the means will be provided. That was one of the Kabbalah cards that came out in my own personal reading, but I just feel like that came through for me to say. And look out for the bestowing of a blessing. And then look for opportunities to make sure that you are remembering to be an understanding person. That's another way that the ego is going to try to trip you up this week, is just by making you feel maybe righteous anger or frustration or whatever it is. But instead, even though you might deserve to feel that way, try to choose understanding instead. And I think that will unlock the flow of blessing this week. I know that last week we were overcoming hostility. And I don't know, did anything come up last week that made you guys feel hostile? Were you trying to remind yourself, like in the moment, like this past week, like, I've got to overcome my hostility. I have to overcome my hostility. Quite honestly, I kind of overcame a moment today where I could have been more hostile. And I just didn't. I wasn't. And I decided against that. And I ended up having a very lucrative night at work. So unlock the blessing by overcoming those shadow aspects. And it's not to kill those shadow aspects of us or get rid of them completely. It's just to heal them and reintegrate them in within us in healthy ways. All right, you guys, I am really looking forward to my scallops. I'm going to throw them in the oven and broil them to heat them up so they're not tepid, but I'm not going to put them in the microwave, so don't worry. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful night. And tomorrow we will be back for our anchor message of the week. So you can go follow me on Liz_Taylor_Magick on Instagram. And so midday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I post our readings there first. And we talk about them later in more extensive detail here on the channel at night. So yeah, like this video if you have resonated. I would really appreciate that. It helps the messages get out there. My never-ending striving to get in this algorithm. I really love it when I come across new channels that have like 10 videos and they have like more subscribers and more views than me. So yeah, I don't know if anybody has any good tips on hashtag or keyword usage or whatever to help me get these videos out. Otherwise, what really helps the most is people taking action on them and watching them. The duration kind of matters as well. So yeah, like, share, comment, emoji if you don't know what to say. You can throw it in a private playlist. Nobody will ever see it. Any little action you take helps. And yeah, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Be part of my first 1,000 subscribers. All right, bye.